Oh dearie me, it's just not good enough again, is it really? I feel like recently, like the Liverpool game, the Leicester game, previously to that the West Ham game and the Burnley game, I'm saying this is the worst performance of the season, and I don't know. I'll start with the team selection. I thought the selection wasn't bad. I thought having Otasowie in the middle with Neves and Moutinho would probably work a little bit better. I know Burnley do try and bypass the midfield, but I think if we could get a grip on the game, then we could have controlled that midfield and gone from them. But to then see Owen Otasowie playing as a false number 9, I just can't wrap my head around it. Why give a 19-year-old holding midfielder his full debut and play him as a full striker? I'd love to know the rationale behind it. Apart from the fact he's 6'4", there is no logic to it, and you don't need to be a coach to understand that.
Well, Merry Christmas, Wolves fans. That was horrible. Last game before Christmas, 2-1 against Burnley. Initially very, very angry. I've given myself 5 minutes and it's just turned into disappointment. Like, to do the same thing every time at Turf Moor. The only time that I've been there under Nuno, 2-0 loss. Obviously after the restart, that you could say that one was unlucky. We just play into their hands. They're almost like us last time we came up under Mick McCarthy. It's like, you know what they're going to do, and we just fall into the same trap as well. And it's the players that you're picking, you're not going for the physical players. If you are playing them, for example, Owen Otasowie got 60 minutes. He gets 60 minutes, doesn't even get the full game to be physical, and he plays him up front when he's in the under-23s. He's been decided between him being a centre-back and a midfielder, and he's then playing as some sort of false nine. It's square pegs and round holes, and I think it makes the squad look very, very thin when you have a few gone. Dendoncker, Jimenez, obviously the big transfers everyone talks about that we're missing.
But there's too many players who are having really bad games week in, week out. But is it the system? I do feel like we've got a decent squad, but I think it's been criminally underutilised at the minute. It looks really stale. I thought against Chelsea we looked good for 25 minutes, and I thought at the start of the Burnley game, for the first 10 minutes, it looked okay, but it soon fizzled out, and the defence just completely fell to pieces too. Kilman isn't mobile enough, I don't think. Today wasn't. Saïs really needs to do better on the goal, but I don't know if strengthening the squad by spending big in January will really help. I don't know if it's a system that's really holding and the philosophy that's really holding Wolves back. I'll be very interested to see which fans will defend Nuno tonight, because I think it's inexcusable, and us as fans now, we don't want to hear about finding solutions and working hard on the training pitch. We need to see the results. We need to see better performances. I feel like the Chelsea game papered over the cracks. We only played well for 20 minutes, but we looked good when we were countering teams. But today we've been played up the park by Burnley, which wouldn't have happened 12 months ago.
But just disappointment that we've fallen into the same trap again. And fair play to Burnley. I hate watching it, and you know as soon as they go down, that's 5 minutes for a free kick. But you'd love it if you're a fan of them. So they play their way, we play ours, and we fall right into their trap every time. Surely next season at Turf Moor, it's got to be different. Obviously we were limited in what we could do with personnel. But just a real frustration that there was no plan there when we got the ball forward, even when we won the ball back, vulnerable on crosses. And that's been the story every time we've been there. So, yeah, fingers crossed for next year maybe. Who knows? Merry Christmas.
I don't know what the next stage is now. I've seen a lot of fans tonight not happy with Nuno, not happy where it's going, and I don't know. I don't know what happens next, but what I do know is it needs to improve, and it needs to improve drastically. Whether Nuno is the right man, I don't know. I'm neither Nuno in or Nuno out at the minute. It's a really difficult one, but I'm definitely not enjoying it. That's for certain. But tonight really was not good enough. Really not good enough at all.